Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today it's a special day. If you haven't already figured it out from the title of the video that you're watching, this is our 200th episode, 200 consecutive days, not counting the extra bonus Mandalorian pre one that we did technically the day before it officially launched. But yeah, here we are, 200 straight days of Disney Plus watching, discovering, and talking about it endlessly. So, thanks for joining me today. Today we have Tangled, the series. Now, we've watched the shortcuts, which is just a bunch of little 2-minute bits. We've seen Happily Ever After, I think it was called, or whatever. It was Ever After something or other. But that was a short movie. It was like basically an hour long, which is actually something you should watch before you watch this, because some fairly big stuff happens, because Rapunzel's not really Rapunzel without the long, crazy, flowing hair. And so they found a way to bring it back. However, there's a larger mystery that is behind why it's back. And even in the first episode, there's lots of references to the movie, not the original theatrical film, but the short film. And yeah, it's they try to figure it out. They go to a wizard who's not really a wizard. He's an alchemist, but he does science to try to figure out what this hair is made of. And he figures it out, but everything doesn't work out as planned when they get the information they need. So yeah, you have to watch it to figure out. But the mystery continues, and I think it's a thread that's going to go throughout all 3 seasons of this series. I didn't realize existed. 2017 to 2019. There's something like 70 or 80 episodes, like 23, 24, 21 episodes in each season. Yeah, and I'm going to keep watching it. I really love this. Yeah, here we go. Bang. I just added it to my watch list. The reason why I like this is because, you know how they have a really popular movie, especially even with Disney, you have a really popular movie and they want to keep cashing in on it. What they tend to do is they mimic what they had done before, but with a much cheaper version of the animation. In this case, when it comes to each of these the series, the shorts, and that short movie that I was just talking about, they decided to go a completely different direction and make it their own. It's not, let's do a cheap version of the 3D animation, that we had in the film. Let's fully embrace a new style of animation for this, for these watch at home series and movies and things like that. So it is, I love the animation, I have to say. It's nothing like the movie, but they fully inhabit this realm. And again, this is a type of animation that is completely done on computers and everything else, but it's two-dimensional. I couldn't tell you what the animation tools are. Some friends of mine could probably tell you, but yeah, it's the good thing is that they're just not trying to do a cheap mimic, and they fully embrace this, and it's great. There's a number of voices that you'll recognize. Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi return from the original film, and her father is played by Clancy Brown. Julie Bowen plays her mom. Her, when I say her, I mean Rapunzel. Julie Bowen from A Modern Family, you'd recognize her. And Clancy Brown from just like everything. He does character voices for animation. Just about everything. Just about every animated show or movie, he does a voice in it. Seems like at some point you would recognize him as the bad guy from Highlander. Can't remember his name offhand, sorry. But yeah, and there's Jeff Ross, Sean Hayes, I'm going through the list here, Steve Bloom, Jeremy Jordan, D. Bradley Baker, Diedrich Bader. She's just even Peter McNichol. if you know actors, you know animation. Dude, there's so many people in this. Oh, Danny Trejo plays the baddest, most monstrous guy in the kingdom. Oh, by the way, the kingdom's name is Corona. Oops. If you want to take your mind off of what's going on right now in the world, maybe just forget the name of the kingdom. Anyway, beyond the animation and the voices, the stories and the humor are spot on. They don't talk down. This is not just a thing for kids. The rivalry between Eugene Flynn, formerly Flynn, Eugene and Cassandra, Rapunzel's lady in waiting, is a great back and forth kind of. They're always pissed at each other, and they're always button heads. So, and Rapunzel is just a sweet, naive girl that's caught between them, and it's the best friend and the boyfriend always bickering. So it has a really fun dynamic. I love Cassandra. Cassandra, she's just got a great look, and she's like the anti-Rapunzel. She's the one who's assigned to. She's lady in waiting, like I said. She's the one assigned to watch over Rapunzel and wash her clothes and do all this menial labor for her. Not that Rapunzel asks for it, but that's what she's been assigned to do. She secretly is a complete badass. Her father's the leader of the guard, and she sort of took it upon herself throughout her life to train herself and in all sorts of combat and weaponry and everything else. So Rapunzel's really well protected, more than anybody realizes. But yeah, if you watch the movie, you know what kind of character she is, and she's a lot of fun. She's got a dark edge to her, and like I said, she looks great. She's got a good look to her. So I'm not going to say anything more than that, but I like it. And yeah, so the stories, the very first one I watched 4 episodes. The first one involves them trying to figure out how she got her hair back, why, and what it's made of. It's indestructible, it's powerful, and it is causing a darkness, though, to spread in certain parts of the kingdom. There's something related to it, which we discovered in the movie. Again, if you haven't watched that, watch that first, then watch the series. Highly recommend both. The next one, Rapunzel has a hard time with one denizen of the kingdom who doesn't like her. Everybody else loves Rapunzel. One guy, Morty, doesn't like her. And this is a guy that everybody loves Morty, and Morty loves everybody, and for some reason, he does not like Rapunzel. And she does everything in her power trying to figure out why and what she can do to change that. It really upsets her, and it leads to a lot of comedic moments. And there's a subplot involving a gopher. I think it's some sort of gopher day. I don't know. I can't remember the thing. I've been watching them on and off throughout the day. The third one is with Eugene realizing that he really doesn't do much. He just sort of hangs out at the castle and plays the boyfriend. And so with his history as being a thief, he decides he knows a little bit about how to handle some bad guys and what they might do in certain situations. And he decides that he's going to join the Royal Guard. And Cassandra's dad doesn't like him any more than Cassandra does. And it's there's a huge Stripes montage type of thing with a lot of comedy. And as he's trying to, he does really well in a lot of the training. He's very agile. He knows what he's doing, but he screws up every so often. And also, the captain of the guard, he kind of sabotages him every so often. He does not like him. So there's that story. And the last one I watched involved these big. It's a big challenge, the mightiest warrior kind of thing. That's where Danny Trejo comes in because he's the biggest, baddest guy you've ever seen, and he has he has some great lines. And you can, the moment you hear him talk, and he's like, that's Danny. But But Cassandra, again, the secret warrior in this kingdom, this means a lot to her. She wants to try to take the title. Meanwhile, Rapunzel's like, "Oh, this sounds like fun. Let's do it together as friends." And she tries to join in, and Cassandra's like, you don't even know the rules. You don't even know what's going on. And Rapunzel's just knocking it out of the park, and actually becomes a threat to Cassandra taking the title. Not to mention Danny Trejo. So when it comes down to the biggest, baddest guy, and plus a bunch of other great characters, great menacing-looking characters, who Rapunzel disarms in many cases with just absolute sweetness. She's like, "Oh, I love your tattoos. Look at the penmanship on that one." And so they're like, they sort of get broken down by her kindness. Not that it makes them any less fearsome in battle, but again, I'm not going to ruin everything for you, but it's some great fun stuff. Looks like episode 5 here. Cassandra and Eugene go on a scavenger hunt together, basically to get out of Rapunzel's hair. No pun intended. But yeah, I am gonna watch that next. I mean, not right immediately, because I have other stuff to do, but it's on my list now. It's completely worth it. The animation's fun. It's as if there was never a movie. It exists on its own, and it's absolutely great. And it's so good to have Mandy and Zachary reprise their roles, and rather than having somebody else take the roles for them. So I am looking forward to the mythology being built out, figuring out what's going on with her hair. This puts a damper. It's kind of too bad that we don't get an actual theatrical sequel to Tangled. Maybe we will someday. But in lieu of that, we've got something pretty dang great. So watch it. Like I said, highly recommend. Let's pick tomorrow's 201st, day 201. Let's see what we get. 684. Wow, that's pretty far up there. 684. Oh, we already had 684. It seemed familiar. Let's see what it was. 684 was the Three Caballeros. That was pretty early on, day 138. Well, not early on. That was not too long ago, I guess. Let's pick another number. 71. Did we have 71? 71's pretty low. That's like the B's or C's, I think. Oh, so nope, we had 71. Yeah, it's in the B's. 71 was Brain Games, way down to day 43. Wow, we're not having a good luck here. Let's try a third time. 81. Well, we don't want to scroll far for that one. Oh, we already had 81. Let's see what 81 was. 81. It's down there at the bottom there. 81 was Cadet Kelly. Oh, okay. Yeah, we had Cadet Kelly way back. So that's 3 tries. Let's try a 4th. Come on. 668. We're back up the top again. 668. I love these close-ups, right? We had 668. I guess this is going to happen more and more. I'm going to have to reboot this list and cut out all the repeats. Cut out all the ones that we've had. But 668 was The Secret of the Magic Gourd. No, not again. No, we do not want that again. Ugh. 5th time? 12. We've had 12. I'm pretty... Maybe not. We had 11. I know we've had 11. Come on. No, we had not. But it's a double whammy here. We've had a lot of Pooh stuff. And we have another Pooh one. But we've also had a lot of Christmas stuff. I have a feeling a Very Merry Pooh year is somewhere around that. Maybe it's a New Year thing, or it's a Christmas and New Year thing. But I'm betting this is like a little hour-long movie or something like that, something really short. But it's still a movie featuring Winnie the Pooh, unless this is a really deceptive title and like Tim Allen's in it or something. But anyway, That's what we got for our 201st episode. Thanks for being with us so far, being with me. Who else is here? There's no us, unless you and me. Anyway, a very Merry Pooh year on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge tomorrow. I'll see you then.